Good guys, I'm trying to get myself together, and I just realized I don't have any pants on. I took them off. I went live and I sat down. Well, I sat down to set up a little bit, and I forgot to put my pants on. So, got to make sure I keep that camera high because I'm only wearing my underwears. Just in case anybody wants to know, I always make that joke, but I mean, so it's gonna be ugly if I attempt to stand up. Where is my cursor? Where is my cursor? There it goes. Yeah, man. So, I mean, I'm paying attention to Bleach Report right now. Listen, man, this is Christmas. I understand it's Christmas, man. But this is like one of the things that I hate about the season is that like this is some of the worst traveling times of the year, man. Thanksgiving is one. What Thanksgiving, not for nothing, wasn't that bad this year. But absolutely, this year, freaking Christmas is absolutely out of control. I get it, man. People got places to go and stuff. But why is everybody traveling during rush hour? Why do we need to travel during rush hour? Doesn't make any sense. So I got NBA.com. Everything is all messed up because they're on TNT. So it seems like things are a little bit freaky today. So I'll leave it like this. So, I mean, that's too. Let me see how this works. Yeah, things are a little bit freaky on my end here because I guess because TNT, whenever they go on national TV like that, they get a little cute with things. So let me just set up. I'm still setting up. I literally just got in the crib, kissed the kids, and said whatever I had to say to my silly ass wife. But we're about to get busy. So here's the thing. What are you guys watching? Are you guys watching it on TNT or are you watching it on MSG Go? I think we're gonna have to do TNT. So we're gonna do TNT. Yeah, hit TNT and see how that works. Hopefully, I don't have to do any freaking logging in and stuff like that. Yeah, man. So I mean, I was working out of Brooklyn today. So both directions on Flatbush was out of control. So I turned off of Flatbush, and I was on Empire. Empire was good up until we get like to. I made my way to Atlantic, and then it just like everything just stopped. I thought about going on side blocks to Jamaica to go back out, out to Queens and stuff. But I decided to go into Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson was slow. Getting off, I got off a little early, and then I picked up something that it got slow again. It's like, gee whiz, nothing you could do, man. Nothing you could do about this time of year. Excuse me. So I'm trying to get these this up here. It says it's on now, so I'm gonna mess around and let me see. Golden State. Is anything in Spanish? I hate it when I click Spanish by accident. But we'll do the East broadcast. Hopefully everything works. I don't have to sign into anything. Might have to turn this off. We'll get into it, man. Let me shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to definitely gotta turn the sound on. Shout out to Gerald. Geraldine's always first, man. Sorry I'm late once again. This is me here saying that I was driving. I literally was driving. So technology is crazy, man. So I'm like watching the game while I'm driving, and everything is so seamless. Like just like last year, I couldn't do that. Last year I couldn't drive and watch the game because it would be like the service will be in and out. But now the shit is like almost like at home. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on the highway and I still can watch the game. So that's what's up. Shout out to Rob Bracey, man. Rob Bracey's always hanging out a lot lately. Yeah, just trying to be safe. Let me close this just in case some more shenanigans happen. we don't need the other stuff to happen. Lord have mercy. Yeah, man. This is the Evil Studio. Evil Studio today. Make sure everything is nice and tight. I don't want no problems. I have to put it down a little bit, but I can't because I told you I'm not wearing pants. So it's crazy. Shout out to Jarrell. It was good, Jarrell. Kareem is here too. Yeah, man. Everybody getting their salutes out. Wonder Woman is here. Salute to the chat. Salute everybody. Yeah, man. We're gonna get busy, man. I got my energy drink out of all things. I'm drinking an Amazon energy drink today. So we'll see how that goes. So I mean, I'm watching the game and Golden State. Like if they don't, they're like, see, there's a couple things I want to talk about, man. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to do like a real in-depth pod like I normally do, but it's like all these good teams. Like say like Golden State. Golden State has a lot of scores on their team. Shout out to Lee. They got freaking they got Poole. They got Moody. Lee is not on the team anymore. They got Kuminga. They got Jerome. They got A. Lamb. Wiseman's on the roster too. Like I said, Klay Thompson. You got Looney's there, Poole. I mentioned Poole already. You got Draymond Green is still there. So they got enough firepower to support, right? But they got Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? So that's like it's not really because of Steph Curry is so great. That does play a part into it, but it's just a simple fact that there's an extra offensive player on the floor. So that's what I keep complaining about, in these pods here. That I really think that we need to make a trade. Even though we're playing so well right now, and I love it, we need to make another trade, preferably using people that are not in our current rotation to make us better. Because if you look at Barrett, we got Grimes, Brunson, Mitchell Robinson, Randall, quickly, Sims now, Hartenstein, and McBride. We can easily just stay that way, but just like Shaq said, Shaq came out, I think the Knicks are going to be a first round exit. Okay, whatever, man. Like you genius. Oh wow, I think they're going to be a first round exit. Oh wow, you know what I'm saying? Did you go to school for that? You freaking moron. Shaq, these guys, just because they play doesn't mean they're smart or anything like that. But just because they have experience doesn't mean they know more basketball than anybody else. It's like spoiler, yeah, the Knicks are not strong enough to really defend themselves in a playoff situation. Maybe we might be able to get out the first round. You never know. And then that's why you play the games too, because the Knicks might be able to. But we still need that extra offensive player. And I really would like to go deep into my thoughts on that. But I mean, I need to get myself available so I could do a pod, man, so I can really get these thoughts out. We're playing back to back too, man. So we play Golden State today, and I don't know who we're playing next. We are playing the Raptors next. So we got Golden State and the Raptors. Basically, both teams play the same, just about. Maybe Toronto's a little bit more physical, but not really. They're basically the same team. They shoot a lot of threes. They relying on their jump shooters and that type of thing. A lot of injuries. Shout out to OG. Everybody wants OG. That motherfucker's always hurt. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna have to give up a lot of draft picks and stuff because he's still young. Everybody knows the talent that he has, but he hasn't been healthy. There's quite a few ways for us to get better. OG will be perfect, but him and RJ are the same. RJ would have to play shooting guard. But we're getting too far into the thing, man. Let's really enjoy this game because the Knicks are playing good defense. They're doing a good job of stepping in front of our players, stopping the ball and stuff like that. Just now, Poole just shot an erratic shot, because he has to because he's by himself tonight. He's really like the only pure go-to guy that can really create his own shot. So he's basically taking every shot that he wants to take. Let me see what he has now. He only got 14. He got nine attempts. So he got 14. The next closest scorer is 6. No, excuse me. This guy Jerome. What's his first name? Ty Jerome. He used to play for OKC. So Ty Jerome is like a point guard. They got him listed as shooting guard. He's like a point guard. But he got 9 points, so he's 4 for 5. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, they're really top heavy. The Knicks right now, they got 60, bro. 60 to 45. On my clock right now, I'm at the 423 mark. So I appreciate the contrast in the way that they film. Wow, Grimes just let it go. Bang, knocked it down. So that gives us 60. So, I'm at 60 to 45 right now at the 410 mark as Poole has it. So Poole they're basically heavily featuring Poole right now. Here goes Draymond Green in the baseline there. He's being guarded by Grimes. Why not go one-on-one? You got Grimes on him. So I mean, today's NBA, people say modern basketball, man, and sometimes it's just easy shots. If you got a mouse in the house, then take them one-on-one. They don't do that anymore. Mouse in the house stuff don't matter. The only thing that matters now is 3-point shots. Shit sucks. Hey man, shout out to everybody hanging out here. I got Joey McGeechin, man. I'm good. Happy to see my man here. He pops in. I've been popping in a lot lately too, keeping me company. Yeah, man. Hope you're feeling better. I'm still not feeling well, man. I got like this post nasal drip shit going on here, but for the most part, I feel good. Yeah, it's a lot of anxiety, man. You want to talk about anxiety? There's a lot of talk about anxiety, but people keep saying, they'll post stuff, but then real people don't never say that they actually have it. You know what I'm saying? People are afraid to say it. I tell you all day, man. I'm fucking depressed, anxiety, all that shit, all in one shot. You know what I'm saying? But what you're gonna do? You gotta get through it. You can't cry. You just gotta keep pushing. No one's gonna help you. You gotta figure out your way to keep it moving in this life. You can't. Nobody wants to hear you cry. Because it matters, oh man, you got to tell somebody, speak to somebody, this, that, man, nobody want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to hear it. They keep saying, yeah, man, well, I'll help you, man. I'm here to talk to you. No, you're not. Nobody's there to talk to anybody. So, but anyway, to scientifically, man, just on winter, everybody gets the winter blues because it's dark outside. What time is it now? Like freaking 8:30. 8:30 in the summertime. It's still blazing hot outside. Sun is still out at 8:30 in the dead of summertime. So, just naturally, like your body is ready to sleep as soon as it gets dark. You know what I'm saying? So, it just brings on the blues because you wake up in the morning, it's dark, to go to work, and you come home and it's dark. So that's like the winter blues. So there's ways to combat that. You take vitamin D. People say that, pause, take vitamin D. Do various other things, work out. They say whatever, laugh and whatever. Don't drink though. Yeah, right. Drinking helps too. That's why happy hour is it's like so popping. That's why they call it happy hour because like you go get your drinks and you feel better. It's like medicine. You know what I'm saying? I'm not condoning everybody to just start becoming alcoholics, but hey, there's a reason why there's a happy hour. There's a reason why they call it happy hour. The motherfuckers is depressed, especially in New York. Cold as fuck out there. Cold and dark outside. As Clay Thompson pulls up a three, knocks it down. I'm sorry for the crunching. That's the culprit. Freaking deli chips. Gotta eat something, man. In that car for so long. In the morning, it takes me like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. It takes me 25 minutes to get to work. On a day like today, it took me almost an hour and a half. Shit. There goes Poole. Poole is just forcing the issue. Grimes does a good job of stopping the ball, but he wasn't square. That's what it is. So he's like, "Oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing?" And he's like, "Oh my God." You see his face. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me get the score. Yeah, man, these modern NBA players are ridiculous, man. Lord have mercy. Everybody complains. Shout out to not even just the players. This is modern day fans too, man. Because people complain about this guy, um, Randall, but fans act like Randall. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this over here so I can have some leeway here because I tell you I'm not wearing pants. I don't know why I didn't leave my pants on. I took that's like the first thing I took off, my socks and my pants, but I got my hoodie still on. Just weird. Yeah, man. Yeah, but people complain about Julius that he complains so much, man. But these fans out here, look at Grimes. Grimes is launching shots. Your Grimes is a one-trick pony, man. Motherfucker, all he wants to do is shoot threes. I'll move this over a little bit. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, all he does is shoot threes. He doesn't do anything else but shoot threes. So that's a one-trick pony. That sounds like somebody that needs to be on the bench. Yeah, I mean, he does play good defense and stuff like that, so he's definitely contributed to winning. But if we're gonna go to the next level, we need that real starter to go ahead of him, because he's not ready yet. He's not ready to be like a bona fide starter all the time. But yeah, he is ready to be that guy to every once in a while give you that 15 points to help you win games in the playoffs. That's what Grimes is gonna do. Grimes is gonna surprise you with 15 points in the game during the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Off the bench. You know, not playing key minutes down the stretch, just being that dude that gets 14 points sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the course of the game, that really takes you over the top. But then you got to have that starter. So I mean, I already done said I don't want Zach LaVine, but they're fist fighting over there, man. What the hell is going on in Chicago, man? Chicago, they had to stop where the coaches staff had to go back inside to help break up the fight. So whatever's going on there, they need to do it. They need to do something like that. To do something to get rid of it. Zach LaVine can't be moved to January 15th. If I'm not mistaken, my man DeRozan could be moved now. So I think DeRozan might be making 27. There goes Grimes. He's fucking hurt again. Look at him. Oh my God. Did he break his ankle? It's the same fucking ankle. So I mean, the guy is like holding his ankle like he got kidney stones. So hopefully the kidney stone passes. So all that yelling and screaming and then he walks it off. These fucking NBA players are something else, man. Let me get some crunching going on. Now, listen, I get it. Falling down on your ankle like that, or your weight coming down is shocking. But the way he's screaming and then he just walks casually off. Come on, man. Look at this. Look how he's screaming like yeah, he looks like fucking Ricky. Oh my God, they shot Ricky. Like I don't think that's the defender's fault. He was trying to get out the way. Grimes was kicking forward, and he, like I said, all that yelling and screaming. He was yelling and screaming like Ricky. You know what I'm saying? What in the hell, man? So they're gonna review it because the NBA is pussy. NBA is so soft, man. Well, look at Grimes. Wasn't he just screaming? Now he's on the bench looking for instruction. It's crazy. Like sometimes I'm tired of it. Like I said, I'm talking about anxiety and all this other shit, man. Look how fucking pussy the world is. Like when it comes to this like that, and then I'm saying stuff like that, and then people are gonna fight to the death. Like if I said it on Twitter, they'll be fighting to the death and calling me calling me every name in the book because I'm talking badly about an NBA player that makes millions and just turn his ankle in a fucking basketball game. You know what I'm saying? But meanwhile, motherfuckers got the winter blues and are like sitting in their car, like crying to themselves because they're depressed about the sun and shit. The traffic, getting depressed about the traffic and whatever else they got to do with themselves. Right? But no, don't talk badly about the players, bro. You have no idea what they go through. Get the fuck out of here. So I guess they called it against Golden State, but I don't think he meant to do anything. He meant to get a hand in the face, but you can see that he's trying to get away. He didn't purposely undercut him. He did not undercut him. I don't believe that's a bad. If they're calling it negative and saying give him a technical foul and that type of stuff, I mean, like that's soft. That's soft. More crunchy going on. Yeah, that's soft. So Grimes shooting the free throw. So if Grimes was so, I cannot get over it. Look at how Grimes is holding his ankle. Like he just took a freaking shotgun blast to the chest. Right now, here we go shooting 3 free throws. This is his 3rd free throw right now. Well, why is he shooting so many free throws? So one is a technical, I guess, and then another one is a personal foul. But nobody's at the line. I don't get it. He got 3 shots. So let's see how Ricky moves here now. That after that, he's still in the game, right? They didn't take him out. They didn't take him out. Okay, they did take him out. So they got Deuce back in there. They got RJ. So RJ and Deuce were confused just now about what they're doing. Mitchell Robinson goes baseline. He goes on Julius faking, being guarded by was a guy. Oh, that's Clay. Being guarded by Clay. He just scores with no problem. Too much faking, man. There's certain things these guys need to learn, like as far as go-to moves and stuff like that. I think I've been mentioning in the last few pods. This guy Julius does not have a go-to move. He doesn't have a bread and butter move, just like DeRozan. DeRozan, we all know he has that bread and butter move. Even Zach LaVine, he has that patented kind of like awkward looking step back that he does, but he does it all the time. He can get it off at any time, you know. So Brunson, he has his go-to moves. He has like maybe like 3 or 4 of them shits that he constantly goes to whenever he needs a bucket. Julius doesn't really have one, and RJ don't really have one. As he misses a corner there, nice tipping by Mitchell Robinson. And so I mean, right now when you want to talk about matchups, I'm looking at the score. I'm not even surprised because if you look at the matchups, like the Knicks are playing good basketball, man. So we got every matchup. We're winning every matchup. You got Julius versus Green, man. You got RJ versus Clay. Right now, Clay's a shell of himself. You got guys like Poole and stuff like that. The Knicks have players that not as good, but just we can compete on a defensive end against these guys. You know what I'm saying? So the matchups, Mitchell Robinson, of course, 2 changing shots. We have a good matchup with this team. So just like boxing, basketball is a game of matchups too, man. A lot of times, some teams, they just have your number. And then look at Poole. So Poole right now is the go-to guy. So a guy that's goofy like that, you see goofy ass, he's doing all this stuff. I want to bring up old shit, but remember when Draymond Green punched him out? You could look at Poole and just see that he's a guy that needs to get punched in the mouth sometimes, Sometimes, not all the time. Look at it right now, the way that he does his teeth like this. That's all goofy shit that like when you with grown men and the guys somebody's acting like that, he's eventually gonna get punched in the face, or something like that. Something to the effect. People say that about me, about my voice, but whatever. Geecham, we got Brooklyn Butch. I enjoy Brooklyn or Brooklyn Butch. Very problematic, man. Very problematic, Brooklyn Butch. Well, salute, happy holidays. Yeah, happy holidays, everybody. So I celebrate Christmas. I see. I just came from deep in Brooklyn, Prospect Park area. So there's a lot of Hasid Jews in that area around Eastern Parkway and stuff. So you see the cars driving around with the what is it called? I forgot what it's called. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but they drive around with the Hanukkah candle on the top of the car. So that's part of the culture. That's like nothing new. When Christmas time comes, Hanukkah, first day of Hanukkah and all that, you see people driving with that shit on the car. You know what I'm saying? So that's not shocking in New York City, especially Brooklyn. Down over there in freaking Crown Heights and things of that nature. It's not Williamsburg too. It's not something that's out of the ordinary. We know that already. So it's tis the season, man. Yeah, man. I'm tired of the traffic though. Yeah, I think when you go to other cities and you see like Knicks fans in the city, I think I'm ready to be one of those Knicks fans, man. Because I am here. I'm in New York. My wife is stuck in New York. She doesn't want to leave. Only because she don't like to drive. So that's the only reason why we're still in New York. But I've been ready to leave, man. I'm ready to live on a mountain somewhere, and away from people, man. Just to being away from people. Shout out to people that live upstate. As soon as you cross, as soon as you get into like the freaking I can't even think right now. But I mean, as soon as you get like into Westchester County and stuff like that, out of the city, once you get out of the city limits into Yonkers and things like that, everything changes. The traffic changes, the roads change, just the air changes, the visual changes, everything changes. Everything gets so much easier as soon as you break the threshold of New York City. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready for that, man. Shout out to Long Island. Long Island, you still get the New York City feel, but as soon as you like say get on your way to your house, once you get off the highway, because the highways are always crazy going to Long Island. Once you get off those highways and you get into your neighborhoods and go into your house, then you see the peace. So I'm ready for that peace. Right now I'm still in Queens. Fucking metropolitan. Everything you want to say is out there, and I'm very tired of it already. I'm tired of New York. I done did it. Been done it. Did it. Did it already. um, yeah, I was at work today, guys, and we were just talking about old school, talking about back in the days and stuff, talking about old clubs, dealing with women and stuff like that, drinks and things of that nature. We've been done did it already, man. Like nowadays, now we just want to work. I stopped drinking. One of my coworkers stopped drinking too, so we're just not part of that culture anymore. So in New York, if you're not into let me put this a little lower. Yeah, if you're in New York, man, and you're not into that scene anymore, then it's time to go. Definitely, man. Let me catch up with you guys doing. Let me see. Shoot to Butch. I'm sick of hearing Reggie Miller too. Thank God I don't have to hear it. Are we at halftime right now? Oh shit, we at halftime. So that's why it's taking so long to come back, because we literally at a halftime. So let's get into the halftime report. So let me see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller does a good job. Not for nothing, man. He's a good a commentator, a good sideline guy. But as a Knicks fan, you definitely don't want to hear him. I got respect for him and stuff like that, but it's like, okay, Reggie, you can go back, to it to whatever he was doing before, man. But shout out to him. Richard Jefferson too is another asshole. Reggie Miller's on top notch though. He still triggers people, even though he's an old man now. Has been some time away from the game already, but he's still Reggie Miller. So to New Yorkers, man, it's like like I said, shout out to Richard Jefferson. He does a great job commentating as well. Shaq is atrocious. Kenny Smith is okay. Charles Barkley's okay sometimes. But they've been doing this for years now with Ernie, and it's just to me it's almost unwatchable. Those four guys there on the screen. Ernie's the best one. Uh, how am I gonna do the watching on Christmas Day? So I mean, our game is at 12, man, right? 12 or 12:30. Let me just make sure. I believe it's 12:30, right? Let me get a head start on that and let's plan here. So Christmas Day, we play the Sixers, y'all. We play the Sixers at 12 p.m. Literally at 12 p.m. So I mean, my kids are gonna be up at 5, man. Like literally 2 o'clock in the morning. They're like, is it Christmas yet? No, man, go to sleep. Listen, you know what? Stay in the bed with us, and then 5 o'clock or so, 5 o'clock, 5:30, we're gonna be up. everybody's kids, everybody that got kids gonna be up at 5 o'clock to get the presents and stuff. So I mean, through all that and stuff, messing with the presents, yelling and screaming at them, putting them on punishment early on Christmas and stuff like that. When you talk about like the afternoon stuff, 12 o'clock is almost perfect, I guess. So I will do a watch along on Christmas. I'm thinking about it. I think I might be like 60, maybe like more like 75% sure that I'm gonna do a watch along on Christmas. So it'll be me. So there's something I actually want to debut on Christmas. So Christmas is a good day. It's on Saturday. Excuse me, it's on Sunday. So I mean, I have enough time to finish it, man. So I think Christmas I'm going to um what do you call it? Debut something for you guys, man. So I'll talk more about it as time goes on. So I'll debut something for the first time on Christmas for the Christmas watch along. So that'll be dope. So let me just catch up what you guys are talking about. Talking about the Heat. Stephen Curry. Talked to Stephen. Yeah, I mean, I saw that. They were talking to him and stuff. Like when it comes to TNT and stuff like that in the NBA, they try to sell. They try to sell the stars. They try to sell the stars. That's why you can't get into basketball conversations with people, because like even like this morning, guys were going so crazy for the highlights this morning. Like Giannis and those guys, what they were doing today, and Luca and whatever what they did last night. Excuse me. So we're watching the highlights. So everybody's ooh and stuff like that. Meanwhile the Knicks got a 7-game winning streak. Nobody wants to talk about the Knicks, but they look at hey, don't you got that podcast? Like, yeah, man. But nobody really talks basketball anymore. Not anymore. But it's just like it's just a star-driven league because of the fans, really. It's not like back in the days where people had their team and they stuck with their team. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, it's all about the stars. Wherever the star goes, trade for a star player, sign a star player, draft a star player. It's all about the stars coming up. So I mean, I get it, but I don't fan that way. I don't watch basketball that way. I watch basketball. I don't watch the players. You know what I'm saying? I'm only a Knicks fan. Yeah, man. So shout out to everybody here. My man said, "Old speed and stars, man. Almighty finesse. Shout out to Almighty. It's good, man." He said, "OG's on the way. We'll see." Not for nothing. We have enough firepower to get everybody. So just like we could have gotten Donovan Mitchell, but we chose not to get Donovan Mitchell. So just keep that in mind. We can literally get everybody. We can literally get everybody out there, because we have the firepower and we have the contracts and everything. We have everything to get any player out there. It just happens to be like whatever the Knicks want to do. So let's get into this stuff here. So let's do the summary real quick. So the summary is on the right hand side. I made it big. I forgot to do that. So we Knicks were up 33-25 in the first quarter, 36-31 in the second quarter. So we've basically been carrying this game, the whole game. Third quarter of death, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping the third quarter of death is over. I'm gonna have to keep playing this behind the back stuff here. But I mean, against a team like Golden State, they shoot threes, man. So they can come out hot, red hot shooting, and the Knicks will be in trouble, man. So on the left hand side, you got Golden State. They're basically shooting the same shots the Knicks take. As you look on the right hand side, they're doing look at the shot shots. They're almost identical. The Knicks didn't really get too many opportunities in the corner. Everything from the top. So it seems like the Knicks were dictating pace, pushing the ball up the court. So I'm interested to see how the fast break points were. Looking at the pace, the Knicks did have a faster pace. So understand the game, man. Like from what I'm trying to say here, you see the Knicks shot chart here. All the shots are kind of going straight up the middle. No really real shots in the corner. That means that the entire game was a push. We were pushing the pace against them. Golden State, they were running the offense more. That's why you see more corner threes, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just reading the stats. That way you can read the game and stuff. So check out the shot attempts. 39 shot attempts for Golden State, 46 for the Knicks. That's a lot. And that's kind of extremely lopsided compared to the Knicks, because the Knicks are not known for pace. So for us to be against Golden State, even though Golden State is not the Golden State from last year, maybe, or maybe not the Golden State from when they won the championships earlier on with the younger guys when they were younger, but they're still Golden State. So it's interesting that the Knicks are pushing the pace against that team, man. So it's super interesting. Biggest lead 15, man. I would like to keep it like that. Our longest run is 9. So we're basically smoking these guys. That's what this indicates here in the middle. So let's check out the team comparisons. Like I said, Knicks are up 69-56, big time, man. That's a 13-point lead. We're dominating. We dominate all teams in rebounds. We usually dominate teams in rebounds, 28-16, kicking their ass. Assists. This jumps out at me. I guess because they don't have Steph Curry. But Steph Curry's not that type of point guard. He just incorporates ball movement when he's out there because he can knock shots down. So 15 to 12, that's pretty big. Steals is about even 3 and 2. Blocks, they got one. Knicks don't have one yet, but the Knicks have been doing a good job closing the door. I've noticed. So there's been no driving to the basket. So the Knicks are doing a good job closing the door, man. And that seems to be the game plan. 53 to 52 from the field, both even. 38% from the three for them, 45 for us. So that should taper off. So we'll see how that goes. Free throws is what it is. Let's check out the three stats here. You got points in the paint. Knicks are it's about even, 24 to 22. That's about even. 9 second chance points to 4. So Knicks usually win the second chance point thing there. We usually win points in the paint, and every other game we kind of win second chance points depending on what's going on. And fast break points is interesting. Golden State is actually winning 6-3. So anyway, they're beating us in fast break points, but we're beating them in pace. You know what I'm saying? We're putting up more shots than them, but a lot more shots. Like how much more shots did we put up? We put up 7 more shots than they did. So we're pushing the pace a little bit more than them. But for some reason, their fast breaks are more than us. So the box score is a little bit goofy sometimes, man. But it does tell the tale. Like when you look into these stats and you really use your imagination, you can really get a picture of what's really happening out there. So that's to me that's fun. I like to that's what I like to do to halftime. I make sure I try to come in at halftime because I like to look at the stats and stuff and talk about the game. So let's take a look at Golden State. I gotta wait for this to clear up, man. Every time you look around, like they want us to be on point. Everybody's like, "Oh, you always late," and this and the other. But look at this. Like, okay, it just jumped, right? So great. Draymond Green is in the right place. Draymond Green does what he does: 5 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. By the end of the game, if he had 10, 8, and 8, he would have basically a typical game. Moses Moody is a guy that has a lot of potential. They got him listed here as a power forward. He's not a power forward. I mean, the freaking guy is a shooting guard, for Christ's sake. Is that the same guy, Moses Moody? Let me just double check. Yeah, this is the same shooting guard, Moses Moody. This is a guy that's supposed to have been like a star player for them. And he's playing power forward, way out of position. But anyway, 6 points, 2 rebounds, not really doing much. So I mean, I got into a big argument on Twitter one time about talking about Moses Moody. So I'm like, Moses Moody is a nobody. And somebody got really offensive about that. But I mean, like, he is a nobody. He hasn't done anything yet in the league. He's getting opportunities. He's definitely got plenty of opportunities to do what he does. He hasn't done it yet, man. I don't want to talk him up. Kevon Looney is probably like the worst big man in the NBA, but he's attached to Golden State and he's won some championships with them. So he has 2 points and 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Ultimate role player. Guy in the right place at the right time. Knows the system, familiar with the players and stuff like that. Jordan Poole's a freaking chuck. 17 points, 5 for 12. Not much else. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like his attitude. I just don't like the way that he conducts himself, man. It's just not my cup of tea. Klay Thompson, 7 points. He's not the old Klay Thompson. He still could shoot it, and he's still tall. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that are really going to stick out for him. Kuminga's another guy that they're supposed to have been like a big star player coming into the NBA, but here we go in Golden State. He has the opportunity also to be the starting power forward, like for real. But here he is coming off the bench because he's not that good. James Wiseman was like number 1 pick, things of that nature. He still hasn't been able to pop it. It's been some years already. So these guys are like draft busts at this point. Kuminga, Wiseman. So people will argue with me like that. If they have more minutes, listen, the opportunity is now. Clay's not there, and not Clay. Steph is not there. Klay Thompson, this guy, Kevin Durant's not there. Some of these other guys that were there before are not here either. So this is their team, and they still can't get into the starting lineup. They still can't get into their groove. Shout out to Anthony Lamb, good player. Let's get into the Knicks, man. So I mean, the Knicks have been playing really good. RJ's still RJ, 3 for 11. But RJ is something different about RJ. He has a little bit more of a bounce to his step. He was running like he had lead feet, like his knees were gonna snap at any time. But he has a little bit more bounce now. So maybe he plays better in the winter. So we'll see. Because I mean, he's from Canada, so maybe when it gets really really cold, he starts to settle in and stuff, man. So maybe it's a Canadian thing. Julius Randle, 12, 8 and 5. He's done for the night. So I mean, if he finishes the game with 16, 10 assists, and freaking 24 points, that's a monster game for him. Mitch Robinson's playing well today, 5 and 5. He is what he is, man. You guys know I do not like Mitch Robinson. But in the unit and what we're trying to do, it works. A lot of mistakes, nothing perfect. You know what I'm saying? But he does enough positive stuff to contribute to winning. That's why we have the 7 game winning streak, because as a collective, as a unit, everybody's we just play well together. Everybody's making a lot of mistakes. Julius sucks. RJ sucks. Mitchell Robinson sucks. Some people think Jalen sucks. Jalen right now, he got 16 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. So he's been scoring. Quentin Grimes, some people think that he sucks. He has 13 points, 3 assists. Really a 3-point shooter, 3 for 6. That's all his field goals right there, 3 for 6. 4 for 5 from the free throw line. He got some of those free throws from getting fouled and had that technical foul and stuff like that. Quickly, he's erratic. You know what I'm saying? But he still got 9, 2, 1, and 1. So McBride also doesn't really contribute much to the stat sheet, but he plays phenomenal defense. Hartenstein, his minutes have been down. So he was complaining about an Achilles injury. So right now his minutes are way down. So between him and Jericho Sims, they're basically splitting minutes right now. So it's all good. Both of those guys bring something to the team. So we're back right now. So I'm at the 11:37 mark. So we're literally back right now. Golden State must have just scored a 3 because it's 69-59. But that is what it is there with the halftime report. Let's get the score back up here. Get this back up to size. Set it up, and let's enjoy the second half of this game. So like I said, I was driving with one eye like this, one eye on the street, one eye on the TV on my phone, man. So let's see what happens here. Golden State's looking to launch some threes. They made the first one, they missed the second one. So here goes Brunson. The Knicks are methodical, running their little, they're running an offense. As Draymond Green did his job there to get Julius in foul trouble. So Steve Kerr and these guys, they have a game plan. They're trying to shoot threes. They want to get Julius Randle out of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely the game plan. Just right on cue, Draymond Green was able to make Julius Randle commit a bullshit foul. So here we go. We got Draymond Green. They're going at Julius. You see what I'm trying to say? They just made Julius foul just now. So here we go. Launching threes again. Misses that one. Julius Randle gets the rebound. He pushes it. He's being guarded by Draymond Green. Draymond Green's calling out some defensive stuff. But they leave Jalen Brunson wide open. He short-armed that. So, Draymond Green is close to traveling right now. I got to eat these chips, man. I got to turn the sound off for a second, fellas. Ladies and gents. As Klay Thompson misses a shot. So Brunson is going to walk this ball up the court. I got enough time to chew. So I don't really like that possession. A lot of nonsense. But this is right up their alley. This is what did I just lose the stream? Hope I didn't lose the stream, y'all. But this is right up Golden State's alley. Golden State hasn't been able to score. So the Knicks are looking bad, and Golden State's looking bad right at the moment. But this is right up the Knicks' alley because the Golden State's not scoring, and the Knicks are doing everything the Golden State needs in order to get those points. Another bad possession there. Brunson gives it out to RJ. RJ has to go one-on-one, beeline to the basket, and lays it up. As long as RJ has a beeline to the basket, you got that guy Moses Moody put his hands up and let him drive by. So that's not defense. It's garbage. Good defense by RJ, a little bit too close, but allowed Grimes to switch. And Klay Thompson was able to get the old school spin move, kind of like a drop step spin for the layup. So it goes Brunson, borderline half-court violation every time he walks the ball off the court. Brunson's looking. Knicks have no offense here. We're just going one-on-one. So Brunson is pseudo posting up there, no spacing. Good drive by Julius with the body control, and he got the and one. So nice drive and cut for Jalen to find Julius, but the spacing is horrible, guys. Look at this, too tight. Everything is too tight. But Julius Randle's able to muscle that in there. There's nobody on the squad here on Golden State that could do anything to Julius Randle. Shout out to Julius Randle with the dexterity, able to get that the and one like that. So that's good stuff there for Julius. Like I said, for everyone complaining about Julius, that all he does is complain and this and the other. He's a crybaby. Listen, man, he's ours, man, and we're not trading him for draft picks. And Obi Toppin is not him. You know what I'm saying? Julius Randle is Julius Randle. We just got to deal with it. Just like RJ, I have to deal with RJ and his non-shot making ass. It is what it is. You know, guys are not perfect, but you got to figure out a way to see if you can win with them. He goes on Jalen Brunson again. So here we go. The Knicks have no spacing. They're not really doing anything really. Just Brunson going 1-on-1. He makes a nice little step back mid-range shot there, 75 to 63. He goes this guy Jordan Poole, this goofy ass. Gives it to Clay. Clay's looking. Gives it to Draymond Green. Draymond Green is pushing RJ right in front of the ref. Referee didn't call anything. Give and go. Bad pass there. Jalen Brunson picks it up. Oh, he had Julius wide open, but he chose to give it to the three-point shooter Grimes, and he knocks it down. So I mean, the Knicks, are playing our game. Golden State is trying to do some tactics. That's what Golden State is doing, but it's not really stopping the Knicks from playing their game. As Jordan Poole is scared to death of Mitchell Robinson, just loses the ball. So that's what Mitchell Robinson does. Mitchell Robinson will give intimidation to guys like Jordan Poole and stuff like that. But we see some nights, some guys don't care about Mitchell Robinson and they score right over him. It is what it is. So shout out to Curry, shout out to Golden State. They're giving us a good game here. We are in Madison Square Garden, if I'm not mistaken, right? We're in Madison Square Garden, man. I wish I was at the game. Golden State tickets are expensive, man. So you got to save your chips. You got to do some crunching, y'all. Yeah, so I'm looking at some other stuff here. I see Jarrell talking about, not going to lie, I don't miss the city at all. Yeah, we talked about that on Die Hard Giants, right? Right on Jarrell. The peace, man. Just be growing up in a certain area and stuff like that. You just don't have to deal with certain stuff. Shout out, I grew, me and Joe grew up in Brooklyn in the 90s, for Christ's sake. 90s, early 2000s, that type of thing. So it's a certain lifestyle when you live like that. So my kids, we're in Queens. I complain about, the city life and stuff like that, but my kids are very sheltered, man, compared to how I grew up. Not saying that everybody needs to grow up hard like that. You know what I'm saying? But, even though I went to Catholic school, but still was in the murder capital of New York City, freaking East New York, Brooklyn, the freaking in the 90s, man. Brownsville, East New York was terrible back in the days. But people will say that I might have lived like a sheltered life, man. But I mean, it wasn't easy walking those streets, in East New York, trying to stay alive, trying to navigate, trying to stay out of trouble, things of that nature. But thank God, at the moment, my kids are not in that type of situation. So God bless you. You have things to be thankful for when it comes to certain things, man. Even though I complain, yeah, I might be ready to leave the city. I can still be a Knicks fan, because there's plenty of content creators that are content creators that are not in New York. Shout out to Drill. Drill's in the Philly area. Shout out to Sim. Sim is in the freaking DMV. Everybody's all over the place, man. So you still could do your shows and not be in New York. It is what it is. It's definitely hard, man. My wife is definitely having a hard time with the concept of doing that. So let me scroll down here. Yeah, Kareem and I am Jarrell are gonna become best friends. They live really close to each other, man. So it would be dope. Like I keep saying it, but I mean, once the holidays calm down and stuff, I'll start to look at dates and maybe hit you guys up and see what you guys think. Maybe we can get together and go to a game together, man. That'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, man. Shout out to Brooklyn Butch. He said, "Let these fools know they in New York." Yeah, fuck it. I mean, Golden State. Let me see. Golden State, Seattle SuperSonics are two teams that also I'm going to say Sacramento Kings maybe just for me I guess that are teams that I followed, just because just with especially with the Chris Webber team that they had back then. You followed them back then. I say Seattle SuperSonics throughout their whole career. I always followed them, and Golden State always followed them too. Not necessarily because of Chris Webber, more likely because of Chris Mullin. Chris Mullin's from Brooklyn, so I definitely followed his career when he was over there. It's just they got dope uniforms, the gold and the blue. It's just dope. And then they have like the Golden Gate Bridge and they have like the throwback jersey that says the city on it. Man, come on, man, that's some ill shit. Like no other team does that. So they always had cool jerseys. Shout out to Seattle. Always enjoyed watching the Seattle SuperSonics. Yeah, so they need to bring the SuperSonics back. So here we go. 80 to 60, 80 to 65 now on my clock. So it's 7 minutes and 27 seconds in the third. Right now, 80 to 65. Yep, we're right on cue for the most part. I think I might be behind a little bit. Brunson step back jump shot. He misses it in and out. So it's kind of a sloppy game. They're playing like a street ball style of game as Jordan Poole has basically got the green light to do what he wants to do. Grimes playing good defense, not going nowhere, Mr. Poole. Here goes this kid from OKC here, that Jerome dude, Ty Jerome. He's decent. He's a decent ball player. So there goes RJ. RJ's dribbling, looking for a pick from Mitch. Mitch is trying not to foul. So here goes RJ. Good shot there. So I mean, RJ's learning, man. Like I said, I keep saying the Mike and drill. He really needs to keep practicing the scores in the paint and stuff, man. Because he's getting shots. He's getting any shot he wants to in the paint. But he really has to develop that scoring ability. As Jordan Poole erratically just flies down the court, and wildly makes a layup. Brunson all the way to the basket and was able to draw the foul. 82 to 67, man. Let's kick these guys' ass, man. It's about damn time, man. 8 in a row. That would be freaking awesome. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. 6 minutes and 31 seconds left in the third quarter. I don't want to get too far ahead, man, but I want to whip their ass, man. Where's Lemon Pepper? Hey, listen, man. I think we might have scared Lemon Pepper off, man. So what I was saying last time about Lemon Pepper is that people keep asking me like if I know her or whatever. Because I mean, like everybody that comments, I don't know them personally, for Christ's sake. But people are just wondering because she has a beautiful avatar. Everybody wants to know if that's really her. You know what I'm saying? Like my man Rob Bracey. If anybody wants to know how he is, all you got to do is go to Sears and watch his display. He's Rob Bracey's picture. Let me find Rob. Is there any recent comments from Rob? So Rob in the beginning, where's Rob at? Where is Rob? I gotta go way up to the beginning. So there goes Rob right here. So this is Rob. You can see his picture there. He's one of the display items in freaking in the Sears center. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking for a picture frame, you're probably gonna see Rob's face in there. He has like the best Sears generic picture that you would ever see. Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to the meetups. We definitely got a meetup, man. Good group of guys, man. Shout out to Mighty Finesse that wants to start trouble all the time. But so am you 19, man? Only 19? You're only 19, but your mind is old. Let me see, 27. Just in case he says, is 27 old or a young person? Anyone? Listen, 27, I was going through family court, man. So 27, it seems young, but at the time, 27, I felt old at 27 because of the stuff I was going through, man. So, I mean, age is but a number. You know what I'm saying? You can get your, there's one misconception there. We're talking about somebody being 19 and somebody being 27. Shout out to Mighty Finesse that he's only 19, 27. Age is just a number. Like you are going to get old, you are going to die eventually of old age and stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, like you're not like a grown up for long, man. Like you're not a kid for long. Like you're a kid for what? You can't say till 18. That's legally, right? But I mean, you're a kid up until you're about as tall as an adult. So say about 12 years old, 12, 13 years old, you're like a kid. Some kids are 10 and they're pretty tall for 10. So as soon as you start having the height of an adult, you're an adult. You know what I'm saying? So you're not a kid long, man. So let's say maybe 10 to 13 years, you're a kid. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a long time, especially since like maybe like the first 4 years of your life, you were like shitting on yourself. So I mean, if you put that into it, then you're only a kid like maybe like 7 to 8 years. You put that into perspective. Now count from 18. I think I talked about this before on the podcast. You start from 18. You're officially an adult in most places in America, right? 18 as an adult. Shout out to the next couple of years of your life. What's 18 times 2? That's 18 times 2 is what, 36, right? You can live a whole extra double your life. 18, you'll be 36. You know what I'm saying? So 27 to 36, is that old? Is that young? A lot of life can be lived in that time frame, man. A lot of life can be lived from the age of 18 to what, like 22. I had my first son when I was 23. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it really depends on how you live your life. And my advice for that type of thing is never take yourself too serious, man, and like just don't never stop laughing. Don't never stop being a kid. Because who said you have to stop being a kid? Who says you got to stop, doing stuff that you did before? You enjoyed it, So who said you have to stop it because you're an adult? Within reason, you can't be, you know, totally like naive and juvenile, about things. You grow up, you get some maturity and that type of stuff. But just never lose your smile, never lose your spirit, never lose who you are, that type of thing. And then the age shouldn't really matter, man. Age really matters for young people. I think Jarrell might agree with that. So I see Jarrell did. Let me see. He's got a couple people here talking. He said 27. I mean, just in case, said he's 27, and then he says, "I'm 25, but the next big age is 27." That's what you say. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. The next big age is 27. That's what you say. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever is in your mind or whatever your family keeps saying. Whatever you come to realize up until that point. So that's my thing. You have to just live life and don't live in those don't make agreements with stuff that don't make no sense. You know, you know, immature for your age. Listen, I'm 43, bro. I think I'm pretty immature for my age. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally not wearing underwear. I mean, I'm wearing underwear. Excuse me, I'm wearing underwear. I'm literally not wearing pants. So it's kind of awkward. I'm sweating up top and I'm cold on the bottom. So I definitely can't stand up because I probably got some shrinkage going on. So I don't want to be embarrassed. Guys like take pictures and stuff like that. So shout out to I am Jarrell. He says 27. I was still with wife. Kidless. Life. He says life live, fellas. Everything will happen when it happens. Yeah, just live your life. Like a lot of women get caught with the biological clock. They do have women do have biological clocks, so it's different for them. You know what I'm saying? But women tend to have more fantasy stuff because they brought they brought up to think about princesses and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Guys don't do that. Guys are like, yo, man, you 27, you should have this amount of money. Oh, you should 25, you should be doing this. You ain't got no car. You 23 years old, you ain't got your own car yet. Listen, man, fuck all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Just live your life. Things will happen whenever they happen. The most important thing I want to say as an older person is don't never stop laughing. Don't lose what makes you happy, man. Don't ever lose that. Sometimes you gotta let stuff go, but don't give up on it. Shout out to this podcast. Like I said, I told you I'm 43. I don't care if anybody knows how old I am. I'm 43 and I'm doing a podcast for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when I was 23, I was literally dad and stepdad at 23 years old. So you know what I'm saying? At 23, I was 43. You know what I'm saying? At 23, I was 43. At 27, I'm like 50 something. Going through custody battles and shit like that. Child support and things of that nature. You know, freaking all kind of stuff that you can imagine. Restraining orders and lies and all kind of stuff. No one prepares for that type of stuff. But like I said, when you deal with stuff as they come. But like I said, don't ever lose your what makes you happy. You know, and don't ever stop living for yourself. Don't ever stop living for yourself. Even when you get kids, man, I learned too that you can't give your kids your whole life either. You got to have your own life. My first son, I gave my first son my entire life, and then he became a teenager, and now me and that motherfucker don't speak anymore. So it is what it is. That's another thing. The guy, like the world don't prepare you for stuff like that. But it is what it is, man. You see if you could find somebody that's been through something, like you get to know people that's gonna tell you the truth and not gonna tell you nothing, no bullshit. Find a mentor, somebody that you can talk to, whatever. You guys can kick it, whatever, and then throw some stuff at them. You know, learn from each other, not just only take from older people. With experience. You give up your experience too as a young person because the world is different. That's the job that we have for each other to support each other. Young people keep the old people young. and the older people are there to help guide the younger ones. You know, some older people still think they're young. You know, shout out to a lot of my coworkers. I got a good job, man. I got a lot of good coworkers, man. Guys I work with today, good group of guys, man. Pleasure working with them. They're new to my department. So really good to know those guys. Getting to know them. Ah, man, it's a long ass commercial here. TNT commercial break in progress. Man, Jesus Christ. So I'm looking at this. Let me see. So here goes. Just in case, I rather die young by 30 than live old. Listen, I already said my age, but I can't wait to be a grandfather. I can't wait because I got my own kids. I treat my kids a certain way. But when I become a grandparent, man, forget it, man. I want to be. I want to spoil some grandkids, man. You know. So yeah, shout out to Mighty Finesse. Mighty Finesse. If you want me to stand up, man, throw some what do you call it? Throw something in the let me not say that. So I don't want you to do it and expect me to stand up. I'm not doing it. So here we go. We got Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole, nice pass there to the center. Knicks steal it. He goes quickly to nowhere. Quickly had numbers for Christ's sake. See, I mean that's the thing. Quick people keep saying, "Oh, quickly, man." Quickly had numbers just now and fucked up the whole play. You know, now he's in the corner waiting for RG to figure it out. So bad play, just overall bad play from the get go there. So that means that you're like we need that extra player because I mean not Quinn Grimes. IQ is not it. Look at RG trying to create a shot. You know, bumping. He's just looking to get the bump because that's what his trainer in the summertime told him to do. You know, bump, get the bump. You know, so you can get the foul and stuff. Whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? So that, like I said, that's why I'm saying that in order for us to sustain this and to like think about how we're going to advance in the playoffs and things of that nature, we're definitely going to have to look to move off of IQ. Thank you for getting us here, IQ. But IQ is probably his role is probably going to have to be diminished a little bit, in favor of somebody else. Let IQ be Brian Shaw and those type of guys. Guys that that play low minutes, but they're very important in the minutes that they give up. To spell guys and stuff like that. So I think that's important. Shaw Powers, man, my man Shaw in the place to be. You know what I'm saying? So these young guys still talking about the age. So here goes Golden State. You got Kaminga driving to nowhere, kicks it back out to who's that? Is that Poole? Oh, that's Moses, I guess. Interior pass to Wiseman. Let's get this screen up here so I can get the names down correct. So that was Wiseman. So I mean, Golden State seems to have a little bit more energy, but the Knicks are still scoring. The Knicks are still running their offense and still getting what we want, or what we need, I should say. It goes quickly. Quickly should have passed it to Julius. Julius almost threw up because quickly got it, wasted a second for no reason, where he could have just passed it to Julius and get the ball back. So he goes quickly dribbling again. He got 3 seconds on the shot clock. Dribbling to nowhere, gives it to Brunson. Good fake by Brunson. Almost knocks it down. Julius Randle, a good seal out there. Able to get the rebound. Mitchell Robinson gets it and he throws his body up to dunk. That's all he knows how to do. You know what I'm saying? Against little teams, it works, man. But against real teams in the playoffs, I'm not sure if that's going to work for us. But we'll see. Here he goes playing against my man. What's his name? Wiseman here. Kicks it out to number 40. That's Lamb. No good. So I mean, just judging by what Golden State's trying to do, that everything is a 3-pointer. And they're not hitting, man. So this is going to be a long night for Golden State. I don't think Golden State is ever going to come back from this. There's Mitchell Robinson not paying attention. IQ messing up as well. It goes Brunson taking a lot of contact. He was able to stop the ball against Kaminga. Gets slammed to the boards. So I mean, Kaminga even told him nice D. Pause. So big respect to Brunson, man. Brunson is really good, man. He's built like an ox. Built like a fucking ox. Look how Kaminga comes down there. Good defense. Stops the ball. Doesn't foul him. And he has to pay the price. Gets smacked into the boards there. But Kaminga gave him good props. So this guy Kaminga, he's not as good as advertised, man. I thought he was gonna be a star when he came to the league. Shout out to State. Me and State used to talk about Kaminga all the time. I thought Kaminga was going to be that guy. So imagine if we tank to get Kaminga, and Kaminga ends up not being that good. You already got guys like Obi that are like that already. It goes Brunson, fix it. Brunson just knows how to get fouls, man. Awesome player. That's one thing too with age. The shout out to Ewing. I did not, I straight up did not appreciate Ewing when he was here. You know what I'm saying? I did not appreciate Ewing. There's certain moments of Ewing that I just remember more than some of his better moments. But if you take a look back at old footage and stuff like that, and just watch Ewing, shoot that jump shot and stuff like that, he was awesome. And then he had a lot of 20 and 20 games. He had a lot of 30 big time 30 games against not just against minuscule talent. He was getting 30 against Shaq. You know what I'm saying? When Shaq was in Orlando, they had a who's the man competition where every time they played each other, it was like a big matchup, and they would like Shaq would have 30, but Ewing would have 32. Shaq would have 12 rebounds. Ewing would have like eight to 12 rebounds as well. So it wasn't just lopsided where Shaq was kicking his ass. Ewing was doing the same thing back to Ewing, back to Shaq. So it's like matchups like that looking back as a young person, I just did not appreciate. So now after going through all this time since Ewing, like 20 something years now, since Ewing was on the roster, we have yet to really duplicate, that tenure. 13 years of the Knicks playing well with Ewing. 13 straight years in the playoffs. Not in the playoffs. 13 straight years of Ewing on the Knicks. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he did play. I think he did have 13 straight playoffs. I think Ewing. You guys could check that for me, because I'm quite sure that the Knicks were in the playoffs for 13 straight years when Ewing was here. So 13 straight years in the playoffs, man. A couple. We made it to the finals twice. We fought the Bulls. The Reggie Millers of the world. We fought them to a standstill. Isaiah and Bird at the end of their careers. So I mean, we had a lot of battles there. So I mean, at the time, like I said, as a young person, you always forget. You always don't appreciate stuff when you're young. That's one thing. As an older person, you appreciate stuff. So shout out to I can't think of his name because I done deleted his name out on my So I mean, shout out to certain content creators, right? That tend to cap for these young guys like RJ and stuff like that. They keep talking about what they're going to be and stuff like that. I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But that's just not the way. This is not the way. You got to enjoy the game and call it for how it is. Like Ewing was somebody that we needed to appreciate. RJ is not one of those guys. He might get there. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, let's just call the game for how it is. Not for how it's going to be. Ewing was the man for his entire Knicks career. He was the man. Now at one point in RJ's career, is he the man so far? You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to talk about what's going to happen, what you think might happen, because it's not written that it's going to happen. So I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the here and now and what's projected in your face, not what's projected in your mind. That's what I want to talk about. His IQ is garbage. Double pumps. He gets the foul there, but IQ wastes like It's so funny that his name is IQ. Like if you want to talk about basketball IQs, like the dude is very smart. He has a high basketball IQ, but with him dribbling and stuff like that and trying to make decisions, he just doesn't have a clue of what he's doing. He just does not have a clue about what he's trying to do out there. He knows what he has to do, but when he tries to do it, it just doesn't match. But he could talk the game all day. You can see that. You can see that he loves the game. You can see that he wants to be that guy, but he's not that guy, man. He's just not that good to lead a team and things of that nature. He's erratic, man. He doesn't have a clue of who to pass to, when to shoot, what play to run. You know what I'm saying? He just has no clue, no feel, no feel for the game in that regard. Yeah. So shout out to Sha. Okay, so I mean, these guys you were talking about the age still here. So I hear people say 25, 27, still a kid, and then I hear people say it. But I mean, like what people say. So for me, to tell you the truth, 43, right? I sound 43. 25, 27. To me, I don't want no 25, 27-year-old around me. To tell you the truth, I don't want a 25 or 27-year-old person around me. Because it literally feels like you're a little kid. Like this just the for the for the most part, like I just don't want to be around. I just want to hear what you guys are saying, that type of thing. I just don't want to be around the energy, just to hear you guys talk about the age and stuff like that. I just don't want to hear that stupid shit. Like if you want to talk about something, we have a conversation and that type of thing. But it's like, I really don't want to be involved with anybody young, unless it's a young person that tickles my fancy, I should say, or like interests me, or I take an interest in the person because I see something, and that I can help them with, or I just enjoy their company or whatever. For the most part, man, I do not want to be around no 25, 27-year-old at all. Females too. I don't care how beautiful the girl is, man. Get the hell away from me. 25, 27, please keep it moving. Please don't ask me nothing. Just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding the door for you now because I'm thirsty, because I'm a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? You're coming. I'm holding the door open. You know what I'm saying? Fucking weirdos. 25, 27. You guys are weird. I'm quite sure when I was that age, older people thought that we were weird too. But it is what it is. There still needs to be a olive branch to that whole thing there. All right, so we're on commercial, man. Shout out to we're already at 100 points in the third quarter, man. 100 to 81. So potentially the Knicks might be able to get up into the 130s, man, tonight against Golden State. Up into the 130s, depends on if it's a defensive matchup. We might be able to keep these guys below 100 tonight. So I mean, the Knicks are playing great basketball. This is something to really appreciate too, because I know that they're not playing without Steph Curry, but at the same time, we have to beat them. They don't have Steph Curry. We have to beat them. So when people say, "Oh yeah, but they beat Golden State without Steph Curry," yeah. If we lost to them, well, the game's not over yet. If we lost to them, then people will be talking about, "Oh damn, they didn't even have Steph Curry and y'all lost." So it's an important game, regardless of whatever you say. You know. So Kareem says, I always forget my age. I have to call my twin sister to ask how old we are. See, that's the thing too. Guys like Kareem, Kareem looks young. I think I look young for my age too. A lot of people always saying that they're always surprised. Like, oh damn, I forgot you were one of them old guys, old young looking guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I have so much time in my job. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they forget. So sometimes too, I forget too because I can hear my voice. My voice is a young sounding voice. I don't have like a raspy old man's voice. I don't have no facial hair. You know what I'm saying? I got no facial hair. I got little kids. So I don't feel old. My body feels it, but like my spirit doesn't feel old yet. You know what I'm saying? I still have a lot of energy to do certain things, man. So it is what it is. Like I said, the age talk. Like I said, it's fun to talk about, man. But while you're talking about it, you're literally wasting time. You're wasting time worrying about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like I'm 27 years old. When I was 27 years old, I was dating women that were my age, that were in their 40s and stuff like that. I've dated a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? It's an experience. You have to get out there and get to know stuff. If you put let's say like it's all circuit breakers. If you got all these circuit breakers and you're waiting for them to trip, and all your circuit breakers are tripping all the time, all you're doing is spending time resetting circuit breakers. You know what I'm saying? Why even connect the circuit breakers? Why not just operate freely without having all these fail safes? You know what I'm saying? Because then you're gonna be worrying about resetting the fail safes all the time. You know what I'm trying to say? And so just kind of just live your life, man. Live your life how you live it. Always learn, always read. When people say stuff, stop getting so aggravated, or stop getting so defensive, or like if you have a strong point and you don't even know why you have that point, how could you yell at somebody else from having a different point? Let's figure out why they have that point, or if they have a certain point, let's read up on where they're coming from. That way you can have a full base, and before you know it, you'll get that experience. And that's the whole point of life, man. You got to get that experience. There's no point of wasting life with all these fail safes, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a you're gonna have a you're gonna have a life. Here's one thing too. Like say like we're talking about age and stuff. As the Knicks are up, so we can have these conversations at this point because the Knicks are up 102 to 81. As Jericho Simmons just gets the rebound and taps it back in. There's nobody big enough for Jericho and Hartenstein at the moment. You know what I'm saying? We just we're just very right now on paper we're very good. we're very good against a team like Golden State. They seem like they have a lot of guys with no experience, and it seems like all of our guys are playing well. So I lost my train of thought here when I was talking about the age and stuff. Oh, okay. So like let's say like an older person, like there's been a couple guys that I came across in my work career where like I could be working with in the same job. I can have a crew where I could have like a guy in his 20s, like guys in their 40s, guys in their 30s, and guys in their 60s. So we're all working together, working the same job. So you get to know guys because we work a lot of hours together, a lot of overtime. We'd be in a lot of weird positions, weird places, not positions. We'd be in a lot of weird places and stuff, and we're just spending a lot of downtime with each other. So you get to have a conversations with dudes that are like 60. So let's say I'm like like 30 something, and I'm talking to a dude that's like twice my age, and they hear me saying something, and they never thought about that, or they never heard people talk that way, or they never met anybody like me. So could you imagine being 60 years old and meeting somebody that you never experienced at 60? So the question is, what kind of life did you live? If you're 60 years old in New York City and haven't experienced or met anybody like me, or met a vegetarian or met somebody with dreads. I used to have dreads at one point. A Puerto Rican with dreads. A Puerto Rican didn't speak Puerto Rican speak excuse me Spanish. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. Oh, I didn't know you liked that music. Where did you hear that song from? Live your life. What do you mean? When have you heard that song for? It's like there's so much life to live, especially in New York. In New York, there's so much cultures and stuff you know, to um, to be around. Like I mentioned earlier, Hasidic Jews. So I mean, growing up in Brooklyn, seeing Hasidic Jews and being around them and knowing their culture is not something that's so out of the ordinary. But for some people, 60 years old, they still talking that like racist shit. Like, yo, why did you say that? Like when you look at people and like you don't even gotta ask them why they said it. You just look at them and you just look at them up and down and be like, this motherfucker didn't experience nothing in his life that at like such an advanced age as a grandpa age. You know what I'm saying? You're saying stuff that you should have gotten over like 30 years ago. It's interesting, man. It's that to me is interesting. How people could be so ignorant and be on the earth for so long in New York City, and you never experienced certain things. It's just it's troubling. It's troubling. But the thing is, if I'm that person that you never saw before like that, then let me introduce you to something. Let me open your mind, and hopefully after getting to know me, you'll have some more experience in your life. You know what I'm saying? Not just me, like I'm so special. I'm just saying, like, just anybody. See a guy like I'm Jarrell. I'm Jarrell looks like a serial killer. You know what I'm saying? But he's a big teddy bear. Me and him hit it off right off the bat. Best friends and shit. Fucking shout out to Kareem. Kareem, I met him a couple times, man. Just I don't know what it is about people, man. You like if you're open minded about stuff, man, you could really get to know people on certain levels where you don't even have to be around them often, man. You just can get that vibe. But if you don't have that in you, man, at a certain point in your life, man, then you definitely missed a lot. You missed a lot. You missed the whole point. Definitely missed the whole point of this whole life that we got here going on. Yeah, everybody's journey is different, man. That's what's up. Trying to catch these guys. So okay, here goes something. Oakley, I see Oakley here. So Mikichi wants to know what's up with Oakley. What about Oakley? The fans are split on, especially since the fuss with Dolan and him. I think Oakley is like reminds me of my coworkers. Oakley reminds me of the coworkers that have all these fail safes, of how it is to be a tough guy and this, that, and the other. Now he's like an older man now, and he just looks like an asshole now. Now he just looks like somebody that's out of touch. You know what I'm saying? And it's just weird. For somebody like that too, that's always been big, always been considered tough, and then when you get older and you start to like get in situations like that, and then you realize that you're not, that the person's not that way, or he realizes that he's not that way, or maybe that you realize that I'm literally old now. I'm not knocking guys on the floor for making layups, and I'm not slapping guys at half court because they owe me money, that type of stuff. Remember when he had that problem with I think it was Jeff McGinnis. where he slapped him mid-court when he was in when McGinnis was playing for the Clippers because he owed him money. You know what I'm saying? Like now you're an old man, so like you mean tell me you still slapping cats at like damn near 60 years old? You still doing that? You know what I'm saying? You're still playing victim, where and you're still fighting security, shit like that. You're still showing up to the garden when you shouldn't be there, and you're fighting security. Choking security guards and by the throat for no reason, just because you're like a diva. He missed out a lot of growing in his life, and he's one of those guys too that a lot of guys in the NBA look to him as a mentor or a big brother, that type of thing. That might be true. But most of the guys that say that about Charles Oakley, look at them. LeBron James says that about Oak because they're from the same city. So it is what it is. But LeBron James can teach Oakley a thing or two about stuff. So it is what it is. It's just life is a journey. Nobody's right about stuff. But one thing I do know that I'm right though is that like if you're like the age of Oakley and you're still choking out security guards and acting like that, the way that he's been acting, and that he definitely missed out some growing in his life. You know? So Knicks is still up, man, 111 to 83. So the Golden State Warriors only scored one basket here, and the Knicks have scored 11. So Knicks are kicking ass, man. I'm so proud of the Knicks, man. I'm so proud of the Knicks, but like I said, we can't just hold our hats on this. Like this is it right here. Like we're not gonna make no moves. Or I don't want to take minutes away from you. Come on, cut it out, cut it out, cut it out. We're, like you're already saying that. We're like 2-3 years away from being 2-3 years away. Okay, cool. So if that's the case, then let's get somebody in here better. Look at Golden State. They still got Steph Curry, but look, they got Jordan Poole too. They got Jordan Poole. They went and got Andrew Wiggins and stuff like that. Andrew Wiggins is hurt at the moment. But they still went and got other players. You still have to get better. You can't just rely on your young guys and hope that they become that. You still have to get better. Look at Wiseman. Wiseman is not that guy. Kimunga is not that guy. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Poole is. They paid him and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But we can't wait for guys to do it. Everybody's not going to be that guy. So you constantly have to keep on improving the roster and whatever way you want to do that. Yeah, man. You're laughing at the 20, 25, 27. I do not want to be around those damn 25, 27-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? And fast talking old guys that like to talk shit all the time. Here's another thing. You want to talk about that? Like it's kind of weird for me to say that because I do a podcast. So podcast is talking, and I don't have no guests on the show. I'm just talking. So my thing is if I meet a guy, especially mostly a guy, if a guy is talking too much, then I don't want to be around him either. That's a red flag for me. If a guy all he does is talking, like all you do is hearing him talk and he's just talking, like if you're in a group setting or if you're at work or whatever, and the guy keeps talking, he's always talking, or like talking with his shoulders back and his hands down like that and talking like that's all red flags to me. Yeah, I just don't want to be around people like that. Something's wrong. Something's up with that. So I don't care to be around people like that. Yeah, that's the thing too. When age, the whole age thing is just really ageist stuff, man. Because I've dated women all, like one of the if you want to talk about dating too, like one of the best relationships that I've had was with somebody that was like 11 years younger than me, you know. But the person was also an old soul. You know what I'm saying? The person was an old soul. So me being, let's say like in my 30s or whatever, and the person was like in their early 20s and shit. So it was kind of like crazy. But the person had twins. Had twins and had a freaking corporate job and was making decent money. You know what I'm saying? So and going to school and doing everything. She was doing her grown woman stuff. And she liked older men. She was probably one of the best relationships that I've ever been in. But I chose my wife. My wife is my best friend, man. I'm glad I chose my wife because she's definitely everything that I thought she would be. But you don't know that unless you live life. How do you know? How do you know what anybody is if you don't know yourself? I definitely know myself. I'm definitely very comfortable with myself and stuff. So I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of and things of that nature. So I know what I'm looking for when it comes to women. So I definitely made a good choice, so far. Time. You're talking about, oh, in the future, 4 or 5 years, this guy's, Quentin Grimes is going to be an all-star in 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying? 4 or 5 years is a long time. 4 or 5 years from now, I might be talking something different about my wife. I might be on my second wife by the time. But you really don't know how life goes. But you just gotta live it. Live life how it comes. Mixed up 116 to 88. It goes Deuce gives it up to IQ. IQ takes a screen from Hartenstein. So IQ is just dribbling around. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's like he reminds me of a fish out of water. It's like a fish in shallow water, jumping around all over the place. Takes a pick. You don't know if he's gonna pull up, if he's gonna drive or whatever. Like just now, he just threw his body in there. He did get the foul, but like, what are you doing? What was the motivation? What were you trying to accomplish at that moment there? I got to catch up with these comments here. Yeah, Kareem is old too, man. Like I said, Kareem looks like a Kareem got gold. I mean, not Kareem. Yeah, Kareem. Kareem. He got like old kids, man. I seen some pictures of his children. Beautiful children, man. Beautiful family in general, man. So shout out to the Grant family, Kareem Grant. But like I said, Kareem is spoiled because he looks young. He looks younger than he is. Let me see. Guys are going crazy. IQ is cooking. I don't know what he's cooking. He's like a microwave. He's got microwave dinners out there cooking. He goes Kaminga there, drives there, kicks out. Kaminga should have just shot it. I just don't understand this NBA. He goes IQ. Good rebound by Hartenstein. So Hartenstein's getting some minutes here, playing decent, solid minutes in his role. IQ takes the screen there. He's looking. He got number 4 on his back. But what is IQ doing? So IQ got called for something. So my thing is IQ was dribbling, and he's like dribbling. Everybody's waiting. So they end up calling 3-second violation because IQ took too long to make his move. So I believe that's what that was, a 3-second violation, if I'm not mistaken. Because if you got your big man in the paint, you have to make a move. You have to do something. You can't stand there an extra 2 seconds trying to wait for something. You can't do that. Let me see. You guys are opening up here. You guys are opening up. Talking about sketchy chicks. Yeah, you got to be out there. Sometimes I feel sorry for women because there's a lot of weirdo guys out there, man, that like to take advantage of women. You know what I'm saying? So like, but at the same time, women, a lot of women out there feel like it's their right to go outside in a bikini at 3 o'clock in the morning just to go for a run because they feel like it. Like you got to be realistic too. There's a lot of people out there that are just really, really crazy, really, and they can't control themselves. That's why there's jails and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to value your life. You know what I'm saying? Good touchdown pass there. Wow, and then Deuce dunks it. Good touchdown pass for Hartenstein. So the Knicks are having fun. So it's down at the crunch time. We're at 5 minutes and 41 seconds, and Knicks are straight kicking their ass. So I mean, Golden State, they scored 7 points so far in the fourth quarter, and so far the Knicks have scored 20. So it's 20-7 at the moment, man. Knicks are truly kicking their ass. 20-7 in the fourth quarter. So this is the fourth quarter of death for Golden State. So Golden State's record is 15-16. That's where they are. I know they got some injuries. Wiggins, shout out to Wiggins, and shout out to Steph Curry. They both hurt. So that's why their record is the way that it is. But who cares? Because nobody cares about the Knicks when we're losing. So Golden State is losing, because of injuries. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about us when we got our problems. So, it looks like the Knicks are going to be 18-13, man. So shout out to Jarrell. The last time Jarrell was on here, he was talking about that the Knicks might not lose again until after Christmas. I'm with it, man. I was talking about it today at work, and the guy laughed at me. You know what I'm saying? I think we might not win. Excuse me, we might not lose again until probably next year. I'm thinking, man. So that's what's up. I know we play Philly. That's gonna be a good game at 12. Yeah, but if the Knicks are playing the way that they're playing now, well, Philly got a lot of firepower, so that's gonna be interesting. So we'll see. He said, I met a girl that bragged that she was a stripper. Her teeth look like it's funny. Funny. You know, we were talking about girls today. I didn't get a chance to tell the story to the guys I was talking to. Yeah, growing older is a blessing, man. You know, and somebody they probably were just joking, saying that, oh, they'd rather die young. Listen, growing older is a true blessing, definitely. As you get older, you watch how things grow, watch how things change in the world. Like, say, New York City has changed big time. So it's a blessing to be alive to get to that point. You know, like I said, I can't wait to get grandkids. I'm like my kids are small still, and I can't wait till they get old enough to give me some grandkids. You know, I want to be grandpa. You know, I want to be grandpa. You know what I'm saying? I want to be grandpa. I can't wait to get that experience. That's something that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to being grandpa. You know, because I would like to say that I am a thinker. You know, I'm like I have empathy. I'm very empathetic, and I have a lot of empathy, man. So I have a lot of thoughts and shit like that. So I can't wait to just have conversations with like little people, you know, and then beat grandpa and buy them candy and stuff like that. How about women? I love women. You know what I'm saying? I just love women. Plus size women, women. It's all women. You know, like I said, the young lady that I was talking about that she was the young lady. She was slim, and I've never dated a slim woman, and it was interesting. You know, it's a whole different thing. It literally is a whole different thing. You know, whole different bag of tricks there with skinnier women. You know, and I've dated huge women too. You know, I've dated one girl. She was pretty big. She was like super sweet, very nice girl. You know, but fast forward now, man. I think the young lady is like, I mean, we're the same age, and she's like not really doing well right now. So I kind of knew that when we were dating. So it is what it is. People got their own journey. You know, they have their own perception of life. You know, not everybody's gonna have the same perception of life as you do. You know, that's why it's so important to constantly learn and evolve. You know, don't put parameters around your life. You got to keep it flexible to learn. If you don't do that, you know that you might end up in a place where you're just like what do you want to say? Anxious at the end. You know, and then people turn to various different vices as they get older. You know, because they can see death coming, and they know they never experienced anything. So that's a horrible place to be too. If you know you never experienced anything, look at Speed. Speed is just nice. Yo, we need to give Speed some time, man. I feel like the Knicks need a trade. But I mean, if Speed can shoot like this, man, if he can get off like that, because I feel like he shoots a three immediately every time he comes in and he knocks it down. So I mean, if Speed can really play like this, then we really need to see what he can do before we make a big trade. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Speed. You know, I liked him when he was in Detroit and Toronto. You know, I was very curious, about him. I picked him up in fantasy both times, and I was hoping for him to do something for us. You know, to do something for my fantasy team, I should say. He had some stints where he was getting double figures and stuff like that, and then he would get cut by the team, or he just would stop playing that type of stuff. But he's had stints, like I said, where he was getting double figure points, and he was holding down my fantasy team. you know, um, you know, got me to a couple championships too. You know what I'm saying? You know, not basically because of him, but him holding me down certain weeks because he was able to contribute to the stat sheet. Let's see, my man, Harlem CEO. I don't know if anybody here got a chance to speak to him, man. Very chill, man of a few words and stuff like that. Good vibe with the guy, man. I definitely enjoy speaking to him. Like I said, hopefully we can get a chance to hang out this season a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Or this year coming. Like I said, I'm gonna be looking at the schedule, trying to figure out if we can get some play dates going here, man. You know what I'm saying? But definitely a really cool dude, man. Very interesting. Like you watch him, you don't really see, but you get a chance to talk to him, whatever. He's like, damn, what the fuck you got on your feet? You know what I'm saying? He got custom sneakers on and stuff, man. Fly dude, man. Very cool cat. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not if you got all these fail safes, then you'll never be able to meet a cool cat like Harlem CEO. You know, you might have your fail safes and some stuff might be triggered. Wow, look at Ryan Archinato. He just comes in and knocks it down. That's what I'm trying to say. These guys, Ryan Archinato, you talking about Svi, Jericho Sims, even Deuce McBride, all these guys are bottom of the bench guys, and they're contributing. I think Ryan Archinato is one of those players, even Svi, they're these players that are going to give you all kind of problems in practice, man, if you ain't bringing it. You know what I'm saying? So those guys contribute to winning as well, even though they might not be getting minutes. I'm quite sure in practice they're giving guys hell. They're giving guys hell in practice. Yeah. Look at this man. His oldest is 33, 30, and he got 20-year-old twins. Look at that. You would never know that. But Harlem CEO, he looks like a dude that that might kick your ass. At one point in his life, he probably would. He probably would kick your ass for nothing. But I definitely got to meet him. I'm very happy to have met Harlem CEO. Seemed like a really chill dude. Number four. That's another thing too. A lot of people are like homophobic too, or they just raised to be that way. So to tell another guy that he's a real cool dude, or say anything about them, in a complimentary way, is one of those things that throws circuit breakers on people. 128 to 94. Let me say that. So we got a minute and 33 seconds left. Knicks are kicking their ass. So I'm waiting for Golden State to start fouling us because they think we're padding the stats on them. Like, I don't want them to score 100 points. That's one thing that I'm looking at now. Now I'm getting greedy. They have 94. I don't want these guys to score 100 points because I want to see clips because I'm not gonna watch it. I want to see clips on Twitter tomorrow, or tonight when I take a look, and I want to see Shaq and these guys. I want to see people talking about the Knicks that we kept Golden State below 100 and we scored 130. And we're a team that doesn't have good pace. We're a team that don't shoot threes. We're a team that don't do a lot of stuff, but somehow we got 130 points right now with a minute left in this game. So we got 58 seconds on the screen there. Look at this old cat here. 23, 19, 17, and 14. I got I got a 19-year-old, a 6, and an 8-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my sister. I helped raise my sister, and I helped raise my oldest son's brother as well. So I got some mid 20-year-old people too in the fold. So that they won't talk about it. They'll make it more about Curry. Yeah, man, bunch of garbage. That's one thing though. See, I mean, we're Knick fans, man. You know what I'm saying? We're super Knick fans. All of us. All of us are super Knick fans. So we're not gonna allow that. We can see it. Just see it. You know what I'm saying? Just see it. That's one thing too. If anybody young is watching, if people say stuff, around you, whatever, and they showing you who they are, believe it. You know what I'm saying? If people are saying or showing you who they are, believe it. Like the NBA and the way that the TNT and stuff is broadcast and stuff like that, you think that they don't have an agenda? Yes, they have an agenda. So I mean, just accept it and believe it. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget that this is the agenda that they have. Don't get confused. You know what I'm saying? Things might change because something else is going on, but just don't get it twisted that their agenda is not exactly the way that they're showing it to you. You know what I'm saying? So we got 17 seconds left, man. On the screen there, says the game is over. This just told me that we are 47. That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. So this is incredible, guys. 8-game winning streak. Like I said, we've been here before. Like I said, 1999, when we went to the finals, right? We went to the finals. 1999, we had a decent winning streak. When we won the championship, the first one, 1970, we had a big winning streak. I think we won 17 straight games for the championship, right? I think we won 14 straight games in 99, if I'm not mistaken. One of the years, 99 and 94. You got to check the history. I'm just going off the top of my head. But winning streaks are important in the NBA. All teams. What I'm saying, it's very important for us to get us back in the winning column. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, 8-game winning streak. Right now, the Knicks are 18 and whatever. And this is something to be happy about as a Knicks fan, man. They're still talking to Curry, and Curry's still happy. I mean, it's really about the stars, but these are the stars for us here. All these guys here that we want to fire everybody in the coaching staff. We want to fire everybody In the front office, we want to trade Mitchell Robinson. That's me. I want to trade Mitchell Robinson. I want to trade. I want RJ on the bench. You know what I'm saying? I want to trade IQ. So many different things out there. But when it comes down to it, who's on the court and how we're playing really good basketball. Tom Thibodeau, everybody wanted Tom Thibodeau fired last year. That's me and State definitely was saying it every damn podcast. Shout out to this year, people were talking about firing Tom Thibodeau, but look at us now. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it doesn't take away from what we need to do. We still need to get these guys help. We have to be realistic. The idea is not to get another Evan Fournier or another Kemba Walker type of situation here, to add to the team. That's not the idea. The idea is not to get more role players. We have good role players. The option is to get us another starter here with these guys. Even if the starter comes off the bench, we definitely need another player that's going to come in here to get us prepared for that playoffs, because we owe it. I mean, these guys are working hard. They're winning games right now at this point. So I mean, the front office needs to do their job and get these guys help without taking away anything from this rotation. Bring somebody in here, with some talent that we can add to the rotation. You know what I'm saying? To make this team better, because I mean, these guys deserve it. Brunson deserves the reinforcements. RJ's working hard. He deserves somebody to pass it to that can score, that can do something. You know what I'm saying? Julius Randle deserves to have somebody else out there to give it up, to drop 20, to give 30 sometimes. We deserve it. I mean, those guys deserve it. So it is what it is. So anyway, this is your boy Ebru. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We had a good talk here, talking about a bunch of stuff, talking about age. Today was age. We were talking about like alcohol one time. We was talking about sneakers another time. We was talking about clubs one time. We talk about all kind of stuff here on the channel, man. But today was age, and it is what it is, man. So I mean, forget all that. The one thing about this conversation, like I said, circuit breakers. Think of circuit breakers. If a circuit breaker trips, it goes to the middle, right? So you have to go down to it, check your circuit breakers, and then you got to turn it off, and then turn it on. You can't just reset it. It goes back to the middle. So you got to turn it off, and then you got to turn it back on again, right? In order for things to work again. So you have to look at life without circuit breakers. Like when something triggers you and the circuit breaker trips, you know what I'm saying? You can't go back down to the circuit breaker, turn it off, and then reset it. You got to get out of that. You're never going to get the most out of life by living like that. You have to you just have to open your horizons, man. Get yourself out of that circuit breaker stuff, man. Upgrade the system. You feel me? Shout out to Myth. What's Myth saying? Say like you said, Knicks cannot be satisfied. Yep, you cannot be satisfied. Just like with the age stuff, just like with the education stuff, anything like that, you can't be satisfied with your life, man. You have to there's always something to learn. You know what I'm saying? There's always something to learn in this life, man. To be closed-minded and stuff like that, you can't live like that. So anyway, we out of here, man. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to Andrew always lying, saying that we had a good show. Who else said we had a good show? You guys are liars. He goes K Miles. He says, "Wow, congrats to the NYC Knicks tonight." So this is an out of towner, NYC Knicks, I guess, out of town. Anyway, I'm up out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this game. I enjoy watching the game. Whenever I'm watching the game and not talking about the game, that's a good game. So anyway, it's your boy E-Rule, the iNix Podcast, 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking the thumb. Salute. I see you guys next time. Like I said, December 25th, the Knicks play at 12, man. So I'm looking ahead. I will be doing a watch along for that, probably a full game watch along too. I might have some family with me, to hang out in the studio. And I'm gonna have something that I would like to debut that day for you guys, man. So I'll announce it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll drop a snippet or something like that. But definitely the day of Christmas, I will debut something for you guys, man. So I kind of alluding to it, but we'll get to it. So you guys will see it when it comes out. So get out there, support your podcasts or whatever, or go to bed. Me myself, I'm gonna go take a shower, and I'll get my hygiene together and get ready for bed because I got to get up early and do it again tomorrow because we play Toronto, guys. We play Toronto. Toronto's a team that's definitely primed for a win. So shout out to Jarrell. Jarrell looked ahead. He said we probably won't lose the game until Christmas. I'd like to agree with them. Toronto seems like a winnable game. We play the Bulls again. The Bulls are gonna want to get revenge on us, but I mean they're fighting with each other in the locker rooms, man. So I mean we might beat them Philly, on Christmas on an early game, that's going to be interesting. Uh, looking ahead, I don't want to look too far. The Mavericks, we owe them an ass whooping. The Mavericks, the Spurs, they're a young team, and then New Year's Eve we play the Rockets. They're a young team, they could have firepower and stuff like that, but we got experience. So I don't think the Knicks are gonna lose for the rest of the year. I don't want to wish bad luck, knock on wood, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'm out of here because Jarrell always says that I have a superpower. I literally could talk forever without no water or nothing like that, man. So it is what it is. Anyway, it's your boy Eru. Once again, 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking the thumb salute. And I'll see you guys next time, man. Let me get this thing here and we out of here. Peace.